Hiya and welcome back to Gal Who Cares episode 18 with Isha,
Simran and Ria.
So today's episode we are actually going to be talking about something that isn't really spoken about enough, but we're going to be talking about periods, menopause, and kind of just, how that affects us. And obviously it's not just a podcast that's out for those women. Men, you listen to this too, because I'm sure you've got some sort of woman in your life that is going to definitely be going through menopause, definitely goes through periods right now. So, it's a good thing to educate yourself on. And, it's a really hard time for women. So
Exactly. And I feel like we've spoken a lot about issues that people our age face, but we've got older listeners as well, people that might be like 40, 50 that go through these kinds of things. And it can be really hard for them, especially when there's like not a lot out there. And it's kind of a taboo subject and no one really wants to speak about it. So if we can speak about it, then hopefully that will help at least one person.
Yeah. And I think even for the young listeners, they've all got a mother. So they can always kind of share this kind of information with them. Our parents obviously weren't born in the generation of social media and stuff. So I feel like they're still kind of in this kind of shell where they don't want to talk about this stuff. So it's important that if we can give this to them, then they can feel more comfortable as well.
Exactly. And it's not something that we always have the confidence to speak about. So I want to start kind of from a young age and work our way up. But, when you first start your period, for example, I mean, I know people who have started and they've not said anything because they thought, oh, no one else has started and what is this, etc. And then I found out a year later that they had started a year ago, but because they were the first one, they felt really scared to speak up in our school.
Yeah.
And it is a scary time. I mean, everyone, us girls, we've all had our first time when it happened. And, I remember that feeling like, oh my God, like, what is this? Like, I knew what it was, but I still couldn't quite put it in my head and be like, oh my goodness, this is what I think it is. And, I cried.
Literally same.
Yeah.
I remember I was in Costa Coffee and I was quite old and my mum kept saying to me, she was like, it's gonna happen soon. I was like, no, I was in denial. I was like, it's not happening. I don't want it. I'm gonna forget about it and not ever think about it. Then I was in Costa Coffee one day and it happened and I was like, no. And I just remember thinking, I was like, I'm too young for this, even though I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
I was staring at myself in the mirror, crying.
That's quite late, actually.
Yeah.
I must got mine 11, 12.
Yeah.
Mine at 11
Yeah.
as well, yeah.
A lot of people start in year 5, 6, and I think that's so young, especially if no one's told you about it. And for me, I was about to go into year 11, and so people were like, why have you not
That
started?
is really
I'm
late.
glad though, but I think it's also because I played a lot of sports, so apparently that can delay it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was in Costa Coffee, and I was just in the mirror crying. I was like, I don't want to tell anyone. I don't want to make a fuss. I'm so embarrassed. But it's also just so natural. So why was I feeling like that?
I think it's also because it's such a big change. Because then obviously having to use sanitary products, and also so in year 7 we used to have swimming lessons.
Oh my God.
And so I used to be like, I don't know what to do. Do I tell the teacher I can't swim? And I felt like it was only me going for it. I was like, I swear I don't see any other kids sitting out. It wasn't. But in my head, I just felt like it. I mean, kids would say they're ill because they didn't want to, and it's really sad that we had to hide it. And at that age, the boys don't understand.
Yeah.
So boys are like, why is she sitting out for? They don't understand.
Yeah.
Obviously, as they get older, but at that age, it's scary because the boys might make fun of you. It's so new to you. You're like, oh my God, that is scary.
Yeah, I feel like it's only when you get older you start to realise that literally everyone goes through it. It's so natural and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. But at that age, it's all new to you and you're like, I don't want to tell anyone. I don't want my brothers to know. I don't want my dad to know. I had to tell my mum through text. I was that embarrassed.
Really?
Yeah. No. I was waiting for her to be on her phone and I was like, I need to tell her because I need stuff. But then I didn't want to go up to her and tell her because I was embarrassed. So then I was like, what do I do? And then I just messaged her and she was like, no way.
Oh my God. I remember I just went to the toilet and I just realised and I just screamed. I was like, Mom. And I screamed and I was like, she's like, what? And I was like, started bursting in tears and then she's like, don't need to cry.
I used to be scared of it. So I think about the first 4 periods I had, my mum would sit in the other room when I was in the toilet.
God.
I used to just be so scared of the idea of blood. I was scared of blood
anyways. I was going to say actually.
I was so scared of blood. I'd have to get my mum to sit in that room and I'd keep being like, Mum, I'm okay. Mum, I'm okay. Mum, it's okay. But also, I think, in schools, like when we were taught about in school, the boys were put in a different room.
Yeah,
So
I think that's really bad,
and I think boys should be put in the same room so they can understand what women are going through and without judgments. I feel like it'd make it a lot easier for women.
Definitely. I want to go back onto that bit actually because I'm scared of blood as well. I hate blood. When I see blood, it makes me dizzy.
Yeah.
So when I'm on my period, I mean, I have I can't say the word. It's so bad. But obviously we'll get into that a bit later. But so that doesn't help. But when I see blood, oh my goodness, I get dizzy. I hate it.
Yeah.
So when I have to, obviously, I'm on my period, I generally feel sick. Like I actually feel sick whilst having to go for a wee.
If you think about what it is, literally, it's not nice at all.
Oh.
And the fact that like we literally can't do anything about it. We just got to deal with it. It comes at a certain point in your life, and you don't even get a warning. It just arrives.
Exactly.
And I remember like during the first week that I had it, I was like, I just felt so depressed. I was like, am I gonna have to go through this every single month of my life now? This is like what I have to go through.
And it can come at any time.
Literally.
Any time of the day.
I just felt like it was controlling my life at that point. I was like, is this what life is now?
And because you're so young, you've not got like a proper routine. Because I was finding that sometimes I'd be 3 days early, 2 days late. Like it wasn't a proper routine. And so then I used to be like, okay, well, I know I'm supposed to start around this date.
Yeah.
So I'd be starting to wear the sanitary products like, like 3 days before I'm about to start.
30 days of the month.
Because I was scared. I was like, I don't want to
Yeah.
shoot or anything. So it's not a nice thing that we have to go through. And obviously when you're young, it's horrible. And such a young age we start it's so sad.
Literally, like if you're in year 5, you're 10 years old. That's literally a child. How can I know people that started that age, and I just hope that their parents educated on them, because for a 10-year-old to go through that, it's a lot. For me, I was 15 and I still cried.
Yeah.
And then obviously people say, okay, periods, that's it. But there's so much more to it.
Yeah.
And like when I was younger, so I had bad acne anyways when I was younger. And so having my periods, I used to get acne come just because of my periods, and it would always be in the same spaces. So I knew it was period acne, but it just made my skin so much worse because I'm already suffering from acne and now I've got more acne and I hated it. Obviously, as I got older, my skin got better and stuff. And so now I know when it's my time of the month, I'm like, yeah, spot here, spot here, spot here. I know it's my period spots.
Yeah.
And I'm used to it. I don't feel ashamed. But before, I used to be so conscious. I used to be like, extra makeup, cover my face in makeup because I'm on my period.
Yeah.
And, people think like, it's periods, it's just this. But there's so much more to periods. I mean, us girls, there's acne, there's bloating. I mean, I hate it when I'm on my period because I don't wear certain clothes because I'm like, I'm bloating. I get scared that like people are gonna think that you can tell, and it's horrible. And then the mood swings. People say,
oh my god,
my god, she's so moody, this that. But I think people make it worse. So like, if someone says, oh, she's on her period, you can tell. Why say that to someone?
Especially when it's a male saying
exactly.
it. You don't even know what it's like. So
yeah.
Why are you trying to
we can't control our hormones. Like I really try sometimes not to be. I'm an emotional person when I'm on my period, so I just overlook at things. I mean, I dwell on things. I make things so much bigger than what they are, and I just cry over everything and anything. And I can't help it. Like I'm emotional, but hearing people say like, "Oh, you're definitely on your time of the month," or "Are you on your time of the month?" or you're a bit emotional. It's like that's not helping.
Exactly.
No, it's not.
We can't control our hormones.
For me, I'm the opposite. I get so angry. Like about 3 days before, I just know it's coming because I'm like, why am I getting mad at everything? Why am I so irritable? Why am I about to snap at any given moment? But it's just like, because you can't control it. It's like I'm trying to be nice, but I can't because there's so much anger built up inside of me because of these hormones. But it's not just hormones and like mood swings. I get really bad cramps.
Yes,
agreed.
I remember when I was in sixth form, they'd be so bad that I'd be on the floor rolling around crying.
Yeah.
I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't even go to the toilet. Couldn't stand up. And I thought that was normal.
Honestly, I remember there was one time and I could not get out of bed. And I was like trying to figure out what position like would make it feel better. I was bedbound. Like people say like, oh, you're on your period, get on with it. But sometimes people get it so bad you're bedbound. And obviously from that I can talk about endo. I was so bad at the name.
Endo's fine.
It's endo, yeah.
Endo, yeah.
I'll call it endo. But so for people who don't know what that is, it's basically so sometimes you have to have some sort of surgery to actually get rid of the problem. It's to do with your
it's where your uterus lining grows outside of the womb. So
it can be quite genetic. So my mum's had it, therefore I think that's probably why I have it. They do say it's genetic, and your period becomes a lot heavier than the average period. You get blood clots, it's really not nice. You get cramps, you get sweatiness, you get dizziness, you get fainting, you start fainting. There's so much that comes with it. And when I tell you it's unbearable, it's unbearable. Like when I'm on my period and I'm out working or doing whatever I need to do, I'm crying inside. And it was only a few weeks ago I was bedbound because of it. I think
I remember
I was literally bedbound. I think 7 days I was in bed. Seven, yeah.
Oh,
3 of the days were terrible. Could not do anything.
wow.
And you want to throw up. I mean, I know someone who does throw up. There's
my mum used to
really.
She used to throw up on the first of her period, and she can't even take paracetamol.
Yeah.
So
See, that's the thing. I don't take paracetamol either.
When you're given these medications, mefenamic acid, I don't know if any of you
I don't know. I don't take any medication. I've never taken medication.
I was given medication for my one, or they said go on birth control and get rid of your period.
I would never,
because it was so bad. And I was like, no,
because it's natural. You need to have
birth control.
I think women just need to support other women, and men also need to support the women in their lives and make it feel like, okay, it's okay, it's not your fault that you're being moody or anything.
Yeah, see, I think it needs to be opened up more to the point that workplaces should allow you to be off for it, because when you're ill, when guys get COVID, or when you get or when you get generally ill, the bug or something, food poisoning, you take the day off work and you put it down as you're sick. But this is even worse sometimes than getting the bug, because you're getting everything the bug gives you and more. You're bleeding. Literally. There's so much more. So I do think we should be allowed time off.
I feel like a lot more people than we realise have endo as well.
I did not realise how many people had it.
And I've heard that your cramps shouldn't affect your day-to-day life. Mine would stop me from going to school. I remember I'd have to call someone to pick me up, and I couldn't even walk to the car. Someone had to carry my bags to the car for me. The only way I'd be able to escape the pain was going to sleep. Painkillers wouldn't touch the pain. I'd be rolling around crying. I don't know why
I found it uncomfortable to sit and everything, because obviously some people can't use certain products that are used given to us as well. So it's like, what do you use? It's a very uncomfortable thing.
It's horrible.
So it's I don't know if you get this, but I get really mad cravings. I have to eat chocolate when I'm on my period.
Really?
When I'm on my period, I just crave chocolate.
I'm just hungry all the time for anything. It doesn't have to be chocolate.
I lose my appetite.
Really?
Yeah, see, I need someone who
lose
lost
my appetite, and I just constantly cry. If I drop a little teddy on the floor, I will cry.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
I mean, I'm not that emotional, but I'm emotional. Mine's more if you say something, I'm just like, oh my god, yeah, it's over there, or why are you talking to me, or I've told you this already, and I told you last week, so it's all right for them.
I'll just cry.
I just, I just sit there and I'm like, you don't love me anymore, and it's okay.
It's actually crazy though that we literally just go through it and
we can't control it. It's not like we're an evil person or we're like this.
Exactly.
It's so
what do men have to go through? Nothing.
It's ridiculous.
No childbirth, nothing.
Literally, and even going on from periods like menopause.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I know people going through menopause, and I didn't know how much of an effect it has on your life. I thought it was okay, periods
50
stop,
to 53, that's it.
Yeah, they stop one day, okay, perfect, live your life. But it can last for years, 10 years.
Well, they say perimenopause actually starts around 30.
Yeah,
you just don't clock.
Yeah, because it's only menopause when you stop having your periods for a year. Before that, it's perimenopause. So you can start that at 40, 30, whatever. Yeah. But then the actual whole process, I know people going through it still at age 60.
Yeah, really?
All the hot flushes, everything. It's
it's not nice at all. I mean, relatives, family members in my family. So this one person, and she's been going through it since 5 years now, I'd say. She would have 4 months where she's not on her period, then all of a sudden she starts again. That's really annoying, because they think, oh yeah, I'm getting somewhere, and then and it's not nice, because it's it comes out of the blue, so they don't know when it's going to come. Exactly. It's not oh, I'm supposed to start my period on the 27th of June, but I haven't had it for 4 months, but I might start on the 27th. It's not like that. It's it could start any day. It just happens, and then it's a lot heavier. with menopause as well, you get these sweats. So like, it's quite funny, but like, one of my family members, we were sat down, and all of a sudden, she's just sweating buckets, and I'm like,
literally
what?
same. I've seen it, and I'm like, wait, what? And then one time they were like, quick, just take my jumper off, and I was like, what? It literally, it's like a sudden wave of heat. Like, and I felt their back, and it was like dripping.
Sweating.
I'm like, how does that even happen?
And it's like, it's freezing. I'm in a jumper.
Literally.
Like,
but then, as well as that, they have like night sweats. Like, they'll be sweating through the night. They can't sleep. They have the mood swings.
Suddenly they want to eat so much.
Yeah, like
dry skin, breakage of hair.
It's like so much
really
change that goes on, even at that age. And it's like, no one actually talks about it, because at that age, when I was younger, I didn't know that.
I didn't know it was a thing till like a few days ago, sorry. Like, I'd say like 3 years ago I found out, and that's not that long.
Yeah, because
like,
in my head it was just like, okay, they just stop one fine day and that's it, you're done.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to it.
So much more. It's crazy. Like, I really wish. And oh my god, have you seen that thing on TikTok that loads of people have been doing? It's like a pain stimulator thing, and like you feel the pain or something.
No.
On men, people do.
Yeah. Oh my god, I want to try it, because I'm like, I wonder how real that pain
and I wonder how much
is.
of it I can take, because then if I want to just see how realistic it is, we should actually get it.
Shall we? Next episode.
I think another kind of issue that's linked with periods is PCOS, and it's good that now there's TikTok and stuff, so a bit more awareness is being created, and it's actually finding out that loads of people generally do have it.
Yeah, because to be honest, when the girls mentioned this before, I said, what's that? Then they explained someone who is on social media, and I was like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Because I'm educated from that person on TikTok. But otherwise, like, from that name, I totally was like, what? What's that?
It's just like where you have cysts on your ovaries, pretty much. But it can stop you from having children. And it's like...
You're bleeding 24/7, pretty much.
Yeah,
well, the person that...
More like irregular spotting and stuff.
Yeah. Or sometimes you just don't have them at all. And it's like, it's irregular, so you never even know when it's going to come. It affects your mood.
Amplifies your food cravings as well by like 5 times.
Yeah, really? And you can have like hair growth in your face and stuff.
Body weight that can never be reversed. It's like you can't lose the weight then.
It's crazy.
It's actually really sad. Like, it's really can be hard to diagnose as well. And like, I feel like not a lot of people really talk about it that much. So you kind of feel alone as well.
Because they just think it's a painful period or something.
Yeah.
But then once you get your stuff examined and stuff. And I think that's why loads of girls, I think every girl should be getting their ultrasounds done for their uterus.
I think it's really important that also, if you notice that you haven't started your period, even if you're a week late, you should check it, because if you're becoming quite regular with the lateness, check it, because you never know what's going to happen. Like, it's our body at the end of the day. So
I
think it's just, men, please educate yourself, because that's all I'm going to say.
It's a massive part of everyone's life.
And if the woman in your life says, please may you go to the shops, just go. Because number one, you don't want to deal with the arguments that are about to come. I know if you live with me, there's going to be arguments. So just go get it. There's no harm in it. Don't be awkward about it, because it's normal. Every single woman on this planet goes through it. So
I think on the idea of like getting your periods checked and stuff, it's actually happened to my mum. So she was getting irregular periods. Turned out she had a fibroid the size of a 5-month-old baby in her.
Oh my god!
And she had a massive surgery, to the point that like I literally thought I was going to collapse in the hospital when I saw her. It was 1.5 years ago, and they put a bag in her uterus. They cut up the fibroid and put it in the bag. Took the bag out, took her uterus out, took her cervix out, everything, and then it was induced. Hysterectomy. That's what she had, but she had the keyhole one. And that all started from her having irregular periods. No other symptoms.
Wow.
And she had a massive fibroid and it was pushing against her back.
Fibroids are so common. Like, I've had people come and ask me about it. I'm like, I'm not a doctor, but like, it's really common.
Hysterectomy is becoming really common.
It's just like a bit of tissue growth, I think. But like, it can cause problems.
Yeah.
And wow, that's crazy. 5-month-old.
And it all starts off from a period.
Wow.
So like we said, please go check.
Educate yourself.
Yeah, and check anything out. I mean, the doctors are there for a reason. Periods are a massive thing in our life, so.
But yeah, that's the end of episode 18. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.